Gerçek ne mutlu.
Number 20. Ice JJ Fish. Think about a parody of bad singing and you may think of this American YouTube rapper.
Something about the girl that just makes my head wanna twirl.
The hallmarks of bad singing are there. Speak singing, wobbly notes, no breath control, poor articulation, the works. The comedy of this poor technique is no doubt what made Ice JJ Fish's first single, On the Floor, into a viral hit.
She wants to take it slow. I'm not that type of guy, I'll let you know.
Perhaps it was even the point of it all. Still, bad singing is still bad singing. Once you get past the novelty of singing, which provokes laughter, Ice JJ Fish gets very unpleasant and boring to listen to. We appreciate the efforts, or lack of, though.
Girl, you already know what it is, so yeah, this is very simple.
Number 19. Jake Paul.
It's every day, bro, with the Disney Channel flow. 5 mil on YouTube in 6 months, never done before.
Another YouTube star, Jake Paul started on Vine before landing in a Disney Channel show in 2016. He has also gone into professional boxing. Multi-talented as Paul is, his rapping leaves much to be desired.
It's every day, bro. It's every day, bro. It's every day, bro. I said it's every day, bro.
Maybe that's why one of his videos at one point was number 3 on YouTube's most disliked list. His voice is shaky without auto-tune. He also has a dull, inexpressive style, as if he personally doesn't believe too much in the lyrics and is reading them by rote.
Joey. I don't need new friends, I don't like fake friends, only here to make ends, call when to check in.
At least Paul can articulate more or less clearly, which is no small feat and required when it comes to rap. But you can still detect that ever-present auto-tune. Maybe he should just stick to boxing.
I got me a bad bitch to cover, I'm maxing the comments and shook up, they throwing a tantrum, yeah.
Number 18. Drake. This Canadian singer and rapper is one of the world's best-selling artists.
I hold back, sometimes I won't. Yeah. I feel good, sometimes I don't.
Drake is even tied with Michael Jackson for having the most #1 hits by a male solo singer on the Billboard Hot 100. So why does he sound like he's just woke up at 5 a.m. and went into the recording studio as is?
I've been me since Scarlet Road, hey. Might go down as G.O.D., yeah, wait.
At least drink some water. Drake's flat foghorn voice would make for a good blend with another voice or instrument, but by itself, it's not very inspiring.
Ever since I left the city, you got a reputation for yourself now.
He has okay pitch control and diction, but otherwise, we don't see the greatness.
Sometimes we laugh, sometimes we cry, but I guess you know now.
Number 17. Jacob Sartorius. Speaking of flat voices, check out this Vine creator turned singer. Sartorius began starring in musicals as a child before downgrading to lip-syncing videos.
Chilling with a hair tie, no makeup with some sweatpants on.
In 2016, he released his debut single, Sweatshirt, about a schoolyard crush.
You can wear my sweatshirt, and you can tell your friends.
At best, his voice isn't any different from your standard boy band singer, with that same pop sound which effectively conveys wholesome young romance. But Sartorius has a nasal quality to his singing that gets grating after a while. Even with boatloads of autotune,
Nothing between us but chapstick.
at least his songs aren't demanding in range, which makes him seem like a better singer than he is.
We are cool, baby, we are Friday.
Number 16. Paula Abdul. At least she can tap dance. Abdul's dancing and choreographic skills are clearly on point.
Lost in a dream.
In fact, she won a Primetime Emmy Award for her choreography work on The Tracy Ullman Show. Her singing, however, is a different matter entirely. Abdul's nasally high voice is serviceable with songs with undemanding range, like Straight Up.
Stay
straight up now, tell me, do you really wanna love me forever? Oh, oh.
Weak and thin voices can be redeemed by their lyrical expressiveness, but Abdul sings lyrics with that smooth pop detachment.
I can feel it, I can feel you all through me.
She could have benefited from a music teacher telling her to fake it till you feel it, because we're not feeling much.
We come together 'cause
Number 15, Island Boys. At least Ice JJ Fish has a comically croaky voice and is almost deliberate in his bad style. There is nothing funny about the vocal prowess of these twin brothers.
'Cause I'm a island boy. Oh, I'm a island boy.
With their hit song I Am an Island Boy, Fly Soulja and Kodiak Red turned their life around after a stint in jail. We love a good redemption story, but it would be so much better if they were actually good rappers.
They get real damn traffic. I'm like, damn, on the topic.
The Island Boys are more than just a little off pitch. They're almost unintelligible, both in terms of deciphering their lyrics and making a clear musical message, and they lack flow.
Like what you saying? It's all who I know.
I'm an Island Boy likely went viral not because it's catchy, but because of the bad singing. It's a pass.
Trying to make it. Oh, I'm an island boy.
Number 14, Kanye West.
I had a dream I could buy my way to heaven. When I awoke, I spent that on a necklace.
This Grammy Award-winning and very controversial American hip-hop artist needs little introduction, and we're not here to do so. Put all of West's personal life baggage aside, and what do we get, musically speaking?
Wait till I get my money right.
Without auto-tune, a very shaky singing voice. Even as a rapper, West's style is too straightforward, even cumbersome. Usually rappers are keen to show off their fast flow and clever rhyme schemes. West's simplicity in melody and delivery no doubt is what led to his success. But we have heard Broadway performers with better patter song skills and better diction.
Run away from the baby. Run away.
Number 13, Will.i.am. From a lead singer of the Black Eyed Peas to a formidable record producer, this multifaceted American performer and songwriter has gained massive acclaim. But as a singer and rapper, he's woefully mediocre.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Often in that career, he has stuck with performing with other artists after Black Eyed Peas, as if knowing he can't carry a solo act well.
Scream and shout and let it all out. And scream and shout and let it out.
When he tries to sing, even hitting a high note in the hardest ever, it's inevitably auto-tuned.
Oh my goodness. This beat is so hard.
No doubt his fans are there for his clever songwriting, and his rapping is much more interesting when in tandem with other artists.
Hey, my baby, make me go. Bang, 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 bang.
Number 12, Justin Bieber. Is there anything we can say about this award-winning and highly influential Canadian singer that hasn't been said already?
I know you love me, I know you care. Just shout whenever, and I'll be there.
Granted, most of the backlash has been due to the Beatles and Frank Sinatra-esque mania he inspired among his preteen girl fans. People were also unfairly critical of his earnest teen love songs.
Baby, 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 oh, like baby, 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 no.
Still, as a singer, Bieber is unfortunately no Sinatra, buried as he is beneath layers of auto-tune and an attraction to undemanding lyrics.
What you got? A billion could never bought.
His part in the Luis Fonsi hit Despacito was clearly out of his comfort zone, with indifferent vocals and clumsy, if intelligible, Spanish.
Despacito. Quiero respirar tu cuello despacito. Deja que te diga cosas al oído.
Even superstars have their limits, and Bieber's are particularly disappointing. Number 11, Soulja Boy. One of the biggest hit singles of the late 2000s, Crank That catapulted its artist to the top of the charts and into stardom.
Now I mean you crank that song. Now I mean you crank that song. Now I mean you crank that song. Now I mean.
But as even the mildest critics will tell you, Soulja Boy is no great artiste. He has a generic voice and vague lyrical delivery, as if his mouth were stuffed full of marbles.
Catch me at your local party, yes, I crank it every day. Haters get mad cause I got me some bathing apes.
In his most popular song, redeemable only by the novelty of the steel drum, he sounds flat and indifferent.
You can't do it like me, though, so don't do it like me, folk. I seen you try to do it like me, man, that damn was ugly.
When he does sing, it is with the inevitable aid of autotune. Soulja Boy has stuck around making new music, but with obvious diminishing returns. One-hit wonders are generally rough to listen to.
Girl, you know I miss you, I just wanna kiss you, but I can't right now, so baby, kiss me through the phone.
Number 10. Nicki Minaj. Getting crowned the queen of rap and hip-hop is no easy feat.
This one is for the boys with the booming system. Top down AC with the coolest system. When he come up in the club, he be blazing up.
This Trinidadian-born rapper has the advantage of a smooth and fast rap flow with crystal clear diction. Her success in that sense is understandable. What is not impressive or as successful is her nasal singing.
I'm on the floor. I love to dance.
Listen to it for more than a minute and it begins to grate pretty quickly. It even seems more heavily auto-tuned than most artists.
Starships were meant to fly. Hands up and touch the sky.
Minaj's chew toy squeakiness and vocal fry are also glaring. Critics have been more impressed by her lyric writing, particularly her verse in Kanye West's Monster. Perhaps she should go into songwriting more and leave the singing to others.
I wish that I could have this moment for life.
Number 9. Ashlee Simpson.
On a Monday, I am waiting. Tuesday, I am fading.
The younger sister of Jessica Simpson, Ashlee's singing career came to a halt when she was caught lip-syncing on Saturday Night Live. Our take? Her career should have ended because of her bad singing rather than because of lip-syncing on a live broadcast.
Seems like I can finally rest my head on something real.
The generic sound of her songs does her no favors, but Simpson just displays many vocal faults, singing some notes unexpectedly sharp and others flat.
You make me wanna lie in the kitchen on the floor. I'll be a bitch, babe.
Her singing has a blunt quality to it, attacking the lyrics rather than embodying them. The fact that she tends to cut her notes short at the end of phrases doesn't help to lessen that impression.
Don't you got somewhere to go? I'll dance till your boyfriend.
Number 8. Pitbull. Reggaeton rappers, much like American ones, can naturally vary in ability. But Pitbull may just signal a new low in rap quality.
It's insane the way the name growing, money keep flowing, hustlers moving silent, so I'm tiptoeing, so keep blowing.
His smoker rough voice makes Louis Armstrong sound like Andy Williams. When he does sound even remotely tolerable, it's largely due to studio pitch correction.
What I'm involved with is deeper than the Masons, baby, and it ain't no secret.
He doesn't improve in his Spanish language rap either, and in any language exhibits a lack of flow.
Biddy bing bing bang, yo no quiero tu amor, I just want a really, really, really good time.
Daddy Yankee comes off much better as his fellow rapper. This is a shame as Pitbull has had tremendous success, selling 100 million singles worldwide, and his activism during Hurricane Maria is nothing less than inspiring and worthy of acclaim.
We get the hotel, motel, holiday inn.
Number 7. Britney Spears. Do we really need to tell you who Britney Spears is?
Oh, baby, how was I supposed to know?
The Princess of Pop has had her share of personal drama, but one controversy that has long dogged her has been her singing ability. When her creaky, non-auto-tune vocals for Alien were leaked out, it seemed to confirm a lot of haters in their belief of Spears' terrible singing.
There was a time I was one of a kind.
Was it a genuine attempt or simply a vocal warm-up? Regardless, Spears is not that great a singer even with polished production. In her first major hit, She has shaky breath control and thin voice, with bouts of creakiness.
Don't you know I still believe?
In the end, Spears' talent has been in her performance skills, especially that of the Max Martin songs.
I'm not that innocent.
Number 6. Lil Wayne. This wildly successful and influential hip-hop artist also has been involved in feuds and legal actions, but has also attracted some negativity for his rapping ability. And we must concur.
Okay, the mama had a swag like mine. She even wear a herd on her back like mine.
Lil Wayne's voice is atrocious, rough and craggy, but also paradoxically high-pitched.
Call me so I can come and do it for ya. Call me so I can come and prove it for ya.
He has little to no flow. Not that the raps themselves lend themselves to it. As for his songs, he admitted in 2023 that his poor memory makes it hard for him to remember them.
Signs looking like a smile. What do I do now? Who gon' find me? How? Nowhere to turn but around and round.
We sympathize with Wayne's health struggles, but it is perhaps a blessing that he doesn't remember his own songs. We wish we could say the same.
I see the change, I see the message, and no message could have been any clearer.
Number 5. Paris Hilton. One of the most famous for being famous personalities, Hilton's singing endeavors were always a feature, not the star of her persona.
I don't mind spending some time.
Regardless, her singing voice is indeed generically mediocre at best. Like many other singers, she has the breathiness and vocal fry, but with less breath control and little lyrical expressiveness.
Even though the gods are crazy, even though the stars are blind.
In 2024, she made something of a comeback with ADHD and BBA, the latter with Megan Thee Stallion. But her vocal prowess hasn't improved much. In fact, it's even more superficial.
Step 1, when you're getting ready, look hot. Step 2, gotta catch a cab to the bar.
The good news is that the limited range of her songs suits her ability just fine. Her persona and other non-musical projects have far eclipsed her singing career for good reason. Number 4. Rebecca Black.
7 a.m. waking up in the morning, gotta be fresh, gotta go downstairs, gotta have my bowl, gotta have cereal.
It's not all fair to label a singer bad based on one terrible song. That's why we feel comfortable labeling YouTube star Rebecca Black a bad singer based on 3.
It's Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
Her 2011 hit Friday was panned by both critics and audiences alike, not just for the inanity of its lyrics, but for Black's broad vowels and nasal singing. But since then, Black has made other songs, such as Crumbs and Trust. The good news is there is definite improvement from her 13-year-old self.
You make a mess and I'll pick up the crumbs.
Unfortunately, it also put her squarely in the generic pop singer category. It's not that she sounds particularly terrible. It's that she sounds like any other performer, if much more polished than her debut. Number 3. Florence Foster Jenkins. Of course, no list of bad singers would be complete without this OG. This 20th century socialite's ambitions as a pianist and then later an opera singer were always far greater than her abilities. But while many pop stars of today get by because they're singing undemanding material, you can't fake your way through Mozart, Gounod, and Delibes. Jenkins' screechy pitch and poor diction made her a cult favorite, drawing delighted laughter from her audiences. Jenkins' atrocious singing was most likely due to her health difficulties, including nerve damage. It's a much better excuse for terrible singing than most singers, unfortunately. Number 2. Bob Dylan.
John is in the basement mixing up the medicine. I'm on the pavement thinking about the government.
As a songwriter, Bob Dylan is without a doubt one of the greatest. His lyrical songs became powerful social anthems for an entire generation. He even won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 2016, albeit not without major controversy.
Some writers and critics who prophesize with your pen.
As a singer, however, Dylan is one of the worst. With his shaky nails on chalkboard pitch, this folk performer has been bested vocally by many others of his genre. Even his fans freely admit this, ignoring the musical aspect of his work altogether.
How does it feel to be without a home?
But the cold and brutal fact is, Dylan did not write poetry or even verse, but music and lyrics. Thus, his vocal performance does matter, and it just ain't pretty.
Like a complete unknown. Like a rolling stone.
Number 1. Yoko Ono. All the singers on this list so far have had at least one redeeming quality, even if it doesn't involve their singing. Unfortunately, many would say there are no redeeming musical qualities about this one. Famous as John Lennon's second wife, Yoko Ono is an avant-garde artist whose art often includes musical elements. As such, her art can be very much an acquired taste, and when it comes to her singing, it's a taste few acquire. Ono's singing is often a melody-free caterwaul with incomprehensible lyrics. She also has a penchant for random screaming and shrieks, giving her songs an animals are being skinned alive sound. To many, she wages war against the very idea of music, including her husband's.
No possession.
We think we know who won that battle.
I'm not the only one.
Which other singers do you feel are no great songbirds? Let us know in the comments down below.
People may say I couldn't sing, but no one can say I didn't sing.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from Watch Mojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.